Good morning. Thank you for being here today. It's time for our Cochise County Jail District Board of Directors meeting, Tuesday, June 13th, 2023 at 10 a.m. in the Board of Supervisors hearing room, 1415 Melody Lane, Building G in Bisbee. Any item on this agenda is open for discussion and possible action. We will begin with the roll call. District 1.
Crosby's here.
District 2.
Supervisor English is
and
present.
District 3 Supervisor Judd is here. Thank you. Members of the public may also attend this meeting via Microsoft Teams computer or mobile app or via phone by calling 602-609-7513 or 888-680-6714. Conference ID 730-069-495#. If you have trouble accessing this meeting remotely, call 520-432-9200 for direction. The board may permit public comment during the discussion of any item on this agenda. To speak on an agenda item, complete and return the speaker request form to the clerk of the board prior to the start of the meeting. Consent agenda, and by the way, I don't believe we have any speaker request forms today.
Madam Chair, that's correct. We do not have any.
Okay, just so we know that. Thank you. Consent agenda, we have one item.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes of the May 25th, 2023 Cochise County Jail District Board of Directors meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And the chair votes aye, and that carries unanimously. Okay, we have two action items on this agenda. The one is to adopt the Jail District Resolution 23-2. If we could have a motion on that.
Madam Chair, I move we adopt Jail District Resolution 23-02, levying the Cochise County Jail District excise tax.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we'll have a presentation by Rick Karwachka, our county administrator.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Supervisor English, Supervisor Crosby. As you see in the attachments, there is a jail district resolution. We've been diligently working with the Arizona Department of Revenue to come up with this language because this is the moment in time that the Jail District Board adopts a resolution to give direction to the Arizona Department of Revenue to collect the sales tax. Now, the one thing I want to point out, so it's a little bit of explaining to the public. In paragraph number 1, there's a section in here. It says the tax rate shall be established at and not to exceed 10% of each rate prescribed by section 42-5010. Now, immediately, I think anyone reading that could see 10%. I thought I voted for a half-cent sales tax. Why does it say 10%? So that is 10% of that section, which is the 5% collected by the Arizona Department of Revenue and their classifications. So it's 10% of the 5%, which actually equals a half a cent. So there is a qualifier at the end of it. It says at a rate equivalent to a half a cent tax on most eligible transactions. There is another paragraph, paragraph 2, detailing out that there's a different excise tax for non-metal mining and also jet fuel, which is at a lower rate. Also, the transient lodging, we could have encompassed a higher rate. However, we set the rate at a half a cent. So that's why it's just at a half a cent for the transient lodging. So with that, I'll take any questions from the board, but this is the document that the Jail District Board has to adopt this resolution so that we can give this on to the Arizona Department of Revenue, and they'll start collecting that excise tax and giving out the information to the businesses, and that will start January 1st of next year, 2024, and that will end, and it's in the resolution, December 31st, 2048.
And I believe I read in there that there's a possibility we could end it at any time.
That is correct.
So if it became unnecessary, or also we could extend it the same way. I guess it would have to have another vote at the end, but we could end it at any time.
Correct. The Jail District Board of Directors may consider the rate.
Okay.
And to extend this another 25 years, that would have to go out to the vote.
Okay. All right. I just kind of had remembered that and wanted to talk about that for a minute. Does anyone have comments on the board or questions?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, this is a quote from Maxim of Law 25B, and it says, "Things bad or corrupted in principle at the commencement do not improve by lapse of time nor achieve a good end." And in a couple previous meetings, I'm not going to go over them today, but I have mentioned my concerns about the due process of law. Therefore, I move that we table this until the lawsuits are settled that I believe were just filed maybe yesterday.
And if I can, Madam Chair, may I speak on that? So a lawsuit has been filed, but that does not stop the jail district board. Just like if we harken back to the most recent lawsuit against the, let's say the Attorney General bringing a lawsuit against this board with the agreement between the board and the Recorder Stevens regarding elections. That lawsuit didn't stop that, or nor did it stop any of the processes. So this continues until there's a result established by the court. So there's just simply a lawsuit filed.
I understand that. However, if taxes are collected, then you can have and the county loses or the jail district loses the court case, then you're going to have to figure out how to return all that money back to the people that paid it. That's my concern.
And the jail district or the taxes won't start to be collected until January 1st of 2024.
Oh, right. And we've seen lawsuits go on for 3 years.
I have no intention of.
There's no second. Okay, there's been no second. So is there any other discussion, any comments? I have none. All right, hearing none, I call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
The chair votes aye, and the motion carries with 2 votes of aye, one nay, one opposed. Okay, item number 3. Do we have?
Madam Chair, I move that we adopt the tentative budget of the Cochise County Jail District for fiscal year 2023-2024 in the amount of $11,313,834.
Second.
Is Mr. Karwachka will again describe that.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Supervisor English, Supervisor Crosby. So this is the jail district budget. And so kind of explain what is included in this budget as we took the jail district and the operations that would be involved in that. So that is the jail detention and the jail medical. And so we moved those items into the budget and kind of explain a little bit about maintenance of effort. So one of the issues that I think people were talking about before the election was the jail district gives the county a benefit in a sense that they no longer have to pay for any jail detention or jail detention medical. That is not the case. So, and this is proof right here where we've moved those offices and locations into the jail district budget. And if you see, there is a maintenance of effort. So we as a county still have to pay for what we normally pay for, which is $6,710,984. That, if you look at the detailed budget, is an inter-fund transfer or operating transferring in. So that will become from the general fund into the jail district to pay for what we normally pay for. This was in direct consultation with the Auditor General's office because they establish the maintenance of effort of what we need to pay for every year. So they will give us a detailed report, but this is the guidance that we received so far.
Are there comments or questions?
Yeah, Mr. Karwachka, why is excise tax listed at $4.25 million? I thought it was going to be higher than that.
Because the tax that we're going to start collecting is January 1st, so it's not the whole year. So this is for the fiscal year starting July 1st, ending in June 30th. So it's,
because it says FY24.
correct, that's the budget year. So this goes into July 1st of 2023, ends in June 30th, 2020. Okay,
Thank you.
yes.
Good question. Okay. Are there any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
The chair votes aye and the motion carries 2-1 opposed. Okay. This meeting is adjourned.